Welcome to My Watches with Ben. I'm just going to cut right to the chase. A year ago, I made this really successful field watch video, and pretty much right after it was uploaded, people identified some watches I should have included. Now that it's a year later, I'm going to tell you the top 5 watches I missed from that original video, and I'll give you like 40 extra ones at the end, other watches that I missed that first go around. Without further ado, here are the top 5 field watches I missed. 5th place, the Hanhart Preventer 9S. It's 40 millimeters, great size for a field watch. PVD steel. I didn't realize that Hanhart made a field watch. Most of the watches that they make are chronographs that cost like double this amount. Almost $3,000 for their chronographs. So this is kind of a good entry into Hanhart. 4th is the KHS Inceptor Solar. It is large, but look at this. How could I have missed that? I don't know how I missed it, but great price on this, only $176. PVD steel. It's a solar watch, which, yeah, if you saw that original series, you know the solar ones did really well. This one even has a Faraday cage to protect it from magnetism. Quartz movements can actually be affected by magnetism, but this one with that Faraday cage, you're totally safe there. Yeah, KHS is a legit German brand making mil-spec watches. 3rd place. In the comments, this one was mentioned many times. The Loris Lumibright. The first thing you notice is that full lume dial. I mean, it's got 100 meters water resistance. It's got these crown guards. It's got all the numerals here. A year ago, I was really hard on day-date complication. But yeah, 37 millimeters, great size. Only $67. This might have gone pretty darn far in the competition. I think it would have. So this is a good option. Sorry I missed it last year. The next one is one that also got a billion comments. Citizen ProMaster Tough. Yeah, so many people were like, why wasn't this in the video? It wouldn't have done very well on the original scoring system I used last year. The score was 62 and 69 was the cutoff. So you would have had to take it off the bracelet for it to even be passing, and then it would just be like barely passing. Yeah, I set that video up for a very particular type of field watch, and this one just didn't fit that type. I know people love it. It's more of an everyday, go anywhere, do anything GADA watch, rather than like a classic field watch. I'm foreshadowing a little bit here. But oh yeah, okay, it's titanium, it's solar, 41 millimeters, yeah. The number 1 field watch that I neglected to include in my field watch video last year is the Casio G-Shock DW5600. This is what actual soldiers are wearing. Maybe not this exact model, but digital watches, Casios, cheaper watches. This is the modern field watch. It's cheap, reliable, lightweight, easy to read, loaded with features. Apparently alarms are really useful if you're a soldier. Got your stopwatch, timers, backlight, got your date of the month, including the month. It's all there. It's all so simple to read. Digital watches are completely immune to magnetism. Hypothetically, they could be damaged, but all it is inside is a circuit board. You don't have gears, you don't have hands, you don't have all these things that a mechanical watch can, or even a quartz watch can get damaged by magnetism. Just does not happen to digital watches. So here are those top 5. These are the top 5 that I missed. A major limitation to what I did a year ago is that I focused narrowly on like World War I, World War II style watches, kind of like this KHS you're seeing here. But that's not the whole story of field watches. I gave that Rolex Explorer such a hard time. Well, let me focus on the Citizen. I gave this type of watch a hard time. It doesn't have all the numbers. I thought, well, that's not a field watch. It doesn't have all the numbers. It's still a field watch. It's just a different type of field watch. And I didn't even include the G-Shocks. I didn't include any digitals whatsoever. This very moment, I'm announcing to you I am in progress working on a project to do all the field watches, to look at the other types of field watches. Not just the classic one, like this KHS, but also the everyday style, the modern, more technical style. Let me expand on that. So the types of field watches, I'm envisioning it as 3. You could increase or decrease this number, I'm sure you could. But these are my 3 buckets: the classic original, the everyday / GADA, and then the modern technical. Yeah, this number 1 here, that's pretty much what I did last year in that video. I included a ton of everyday ones in there, but They just did really poorly. Number 2, Everyday GADA. This is the one that I railed against in that video. They often have bracelets or dates, maybe more minimalist designs to the dial, lower water resistance. The market shows that there is high demand for these. Go anywhere, do anything. It's not do anything like it's going to give you alarms and stuff. The watch doesn't do anything. The concept behind this is that you can wear the watch in a lot of scenarios. And then of course number 3 here, like I already said, this is what actual soldiers are using. There is demand for field watches with a bunch of complications. I have a field watch here with a bunch of complications. It's really awesome. I kind of think of it more as a hiking watch, but this is the sort of thing, you know, modern hiking. You've got your compass, your altimeter, your barometer, timers, alarms, dual time, all these sorts of things that you like. Okay, I'm gonna expand a little bit on the classic one. So, Trench Legacy, that was AI. AI suggested Trench Legacy. This is kind of the original blueprint. I mean, this has tritium tubes and stuff, but this is the classic, the original one. I will revisit classic, original. I'm gonna do 3 videos. That's the bottom line here. I'm gonna do 3 videos, not in this order, but the classic one, new things will include thickness. I didn't have thickness in the original one. Weight of the watch, magnetism, those sorts of things are new. And then I've also tweaked things a little bit. But anyway, let me show you some of the other watches I didn't include in the original video. Damasco DK26. They mostly make pilot watches, but this is really cool. Bodary Landmaster, I think that's actually new. Colorado Field Watch, that's new. Jeep Marathon Willys, that's new too. These just weren't around when I did the video before. I'm going to include the Sengen Kingmaker. This Void PXR5. I'm going to include that as a classic field watch. There's no complications on it. It doesn't do anything else except show the time. So that one will be in there. I think there's 1 or 2 other digital watches that don't do anything else. Elliott Brown, Kingsbury, Revelo, SUF. These 3 videos that are coming up, they're going to be more tightly focused. Okay, second type, GADA, Everyday. This one will probably be tricky. This GADA term is everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. I saw just yesterday, I saw a Seiko Flightmaster. Someone was saying, this is a great GADA watch. This is a great GADA watch, GADA watch. And I'm like, what? I think everyone just has their own idea of what this means. So the challenge here is that I want it to be GADA, but also a field watch umbrella. Like this Rolex fits the bill. You know, it's the Everest thing with the 369. Like, it's designed to be an outdoor watch, but also elegant at the same time. It'll be hard to define it. My question is, yeah, does it just need to have numbers to have that field watch element to it? Let me show you some examples so you can see what I'm talking about. These are ones that were in the original video. Yeah, I want to find out what makes one more fieldy than the other ones. Like, some of these just, like the Seiko looks more fieldy. Maybe it's the dial here. Raymond Weil here really does not look like a field watch at all, but it is kind of that GADA style. So I have to figure out in the scoring system how to say that the Seiko matches this better than the Raymond Weil. And maybe it's just the numbers. Maybe that's how it does it. You know, the Arabic numerals. Really have to decide which ones to even include in the video because, you know, do I put in the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak or do I put in the Tissot PRX? They're not really field watches. In contrast, like this Traska Summitier, it looks like a field watch. It looks like an everyday field watch, which is what I'm going to try to do. But if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments because this is a puzzle I'm going to have to solve in the next coming weeks, you know, figuring out what to include, what not to include. Do I include the Raymond Weil in the video and somehow it just gets a really low score? Or do I literally just gatekeep and just exclude watches that look like the Raymond Weil or like the Tissot PRX? Here's some everyday style watches that weren't in that original video, but they will be in the one that's focused on them. And, you know, Nomadic, Zin 556A. So many people asked for this one, and it's kind of a pilot watch. I did a video on simple pilot watches. There's like 300 plus watches in there. They look very similar to field watches, but they're not. They're aviation. And it's things like the sword hands. Like field watches typically have syringe hands, like this Orion Hellcat over here. Field watches typically have all the numbers. It's really just a style thing. I don't know that there's all that much to differentiate these. So that's something else I have to decide. Do I include the Zinn 556A in the GADA field watch video? If I do, then probably the Bell & Ross is in there too. Something else, I've read a couple articles that posit that having a dual time hand is good on a go anywhere, do anything watch. So I think I will do that. I think I'm gonna include like the Tudor Black Bay Pro, this Fortis Vagabond, a fourth hand that does a dual time. Sure, why not? People like that for every day. So that's gonna be in there for sure. But yeah, here's some other examples. Longines Conquest, this one's actually looking kind of fieldy, but there's no Arabics. So you're seeing my dilemma here with go anywhere, do anything. Is it totally subjective? Which ones are like fieldy? Anyway, these are the ones that would be new. Let's look at that last type. The modern technical watch. This is what the soldiers are actually using. Hiking watches are also suitable for this. Hiking style or like tactical style, that's fine. You see here I say no GPS. The Department of Defense actually does not allow soldiers to have GPS on their watches. There's a memorandum. I'll include that when I do the video. I can't remember what it's titled. So if you're a hiker, maybe the Garmin's the best option, something with GPS on it. For this video, I'm planning on like technical field watches. I'm going to exclude GPS. And this Suunto Core here does not have GPS, which is one of the reasons why you see this on a ton of soldiers' wrists. This particular one is designed for night vision goggles. That's why it's red. I didn't include any of these in the original field watch video, so let me show you 20. I won't necessarily list them all. The Yes World Watch, I have it right here. I was wearing it today. So cool. All the features it has on it. It is packed with complications that are cool, that are useful if you're an outdoorsman. Sunrise, sunset, that's on the dial. You can see it right here. That's what's shown here with the black and these little things. You can see like 6 p.m. is when the sun's starting to go down. It's totally down at 7:30. These sorts of things. That's what will be in the video. RZE UTD. This is new. Micro brand making a digital watch. And there's actually a lot more of these than you'd think. Nixon makes a ton of cool digital watches that are suitable as field watches. Citizen makes some nice Ana-Digi watches, analog and digital combined. And then the knockoffs. There's so many Chinese knockoffs of these things. So I'll include those. There'll probably be a good amount of these, actually. Digital field watches. And here, let me show you 10 more. Yeah, there's a lot of brands you've never heard of. Gill, Stealth Timer. I think these are very cheap, these sorts of things. Rip Curl, Skmei, again, the Chinese knockoffs. Casio Mudman. I'm going to include every darn Casio that they make, pretty much. Well, I don't know. My mouth shouldn't write checks that I don't want to cash. They don't have to be digital. It's just sort of like, if they have complications, that's good. Like compass, this Timex Tide Temp compass. Got your temperature, you have tide, can tell you when high tide, low tide is, all that stuff. Compass, totally cool. So that's how I've conceived of the 3 major types of field watches. The original formula will be this classic original one. The desk hiker, like a desk diver, will be the second one. It's like field watch aesthetics, but really it looks nice. You can wear it. You can wear it to semi-formal things. You can wear it totally casually. That's really what GADA means. Go anywhere means like with your outfit. You can wear a lot of different things and it won't look out of place. And then the modern technical ones, loaded with complications. Let me show you how this would play out in the scores. So we take that Citizen ProMaster Tough, and when it's scored across all 3 watch types, classic, everyday, modern, you see it's best as the go anywhere, do anything. The everyday style, it has a score of 87 compared to these other 2. Now these scoring systems are work in progress. This is all going to change. Yeah, I'm going to have to put in all the specs for the watches I'm including and then tune it. There's going to have to be a lot of tuning to get this right. But this is the general idea. This one would do best as everyday. This Bertucci A2 SEL, that's going to do best as a classic original watch, which makes sense. That's sort of what it is. These scoring systems are real that I set up. I just need to tweak the values, like how much the penalties are. Like for everyday, it's actually getting a penalty that the dial is so busy. It doesn't work as well as an everyday watch when you've got so much stuff on the dial. It's kind of the wrong aesthetic. Everyday is more minimal. And of course the DW5600, it's going to do great as a modern technical watch. Not as great as these other. It's actually better as as an everyday watch than it is as an original field watch. You know, it's got all these alarms and stuff that are going to go off. If you're going for just basic original field watch, you don't want alarms, you don't want complications, you don't want weird screens, and you accidentally mess up the time. These darn G-Shocks, you know, it's easy to turn it, accidentally press the wrong button, and then alarms are going off and stuff. So that's all I have on the update. This video is really just an announcement of what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to skip Bible time today. I normally do Bible time at the end of these things, but I'll skip it today. Bible time will be back for the next full video. I just wanted to do this one quickly and get it out there for you. So thanks for watching, and may the Lord of peace himself give you peace always and in every way. The Lord be with you all. See you next time.